It's demolition day at the renovation house. We're going to show you a little bit of it coming up. I'm Roger, and not in the shop but in the renovation house, and today we're going to start some of the demolition in the kitchen area here, the laundry room and the wall between the laundry and dining room. We've already started in the bathroom yesterday, which has just turned out to be a miserable job because of the way they put the tile on, and I'll give you a little bit of an overview of that here in a minute. But we're going to be taking out some of the kitchen cabinets here. We're going to try to leave the sink so we'll have some water here for a while. Need to disconnect some plumbing downstairs so we can remove the balance of the shower and the vanity in there. Still going to leave the toilet hooked up for now. We did find we're going to end up having to replace the entire floor in there, so everything is going to come out. And we got some very unique framing in there, which I'll also show you here in a minute. So it'll be a day of dust and dirt and demolition. Okay, part of this demolition today is also going to entail removing these windows. That wall is going to be closed up. There'll be a desk here in a work area. And then over here into the what's going to be the laundry room, I'm going to be removing this little ledge here where the washer and dryer was originally hooked up. We're going to be doing that right. We're going to actually strip this entire room. And this is the other side of those windows we're going to be removing. I'm going to close this wall up, strip off all this old siding. This will all be sheetrocked. This used to be a porch at one time, so the floor slopes. So what's up here at this wall, as you go over here and look where it meets the dining room, is level. But then it sloped to the outside for water runoff. So you look there in the door, I don't know if the camera can see that or not, on the floor, but there is a slope down. And we're going to be eliminating that. I'll be putting some sleepers on the floor to level this floor up. These two windows here will be coming out. The sun's probably playing heck with the camera focus and everything here. Then this door will be going away, and that'll be replaced with a window. Of course, that door leading to the basement, that'll be replaced with something a little bit more modern and new, and that functions well. Cabinets in the corner, probably rebuild something else over there after we get this all stripped out. Also going to be removing this acoustic tile that's on the ceiling. Sheetrock that and finish it, and then while we have all that down, we'll insulate that up there. There's no attic access to this portion. It's a lean-to type roof, so I know there's no insulation up there. And then over here in the kitchen, of course, we get the old shower enclosure out yesterday. Started on the demolition in the bathroom. And what's really interesting in here are these studs. They are turned flat. They're not all the same size. And this is some old-time stuff here. These are real 2x4s, full size, and full 2 inches deep. So we got a little work to do in here. Actually, we got a lot of work to do in here. Still got a lot of plaster to clean up, get this old tile or shower base out of here. Of course, get rid of the plumbing. And what's being miserable is this tile that was put on the walls and ceiling was put over plywood, which was screwed on and nailed on over the lath and glued on, and we're having quite the time trying to get this stuff off. Then this corner over here where the vanity is, part of that wall was built out. And what I'm probably going to be doing is furring out these walls just a little bit so we can use real insulation in here, the full 3.5 inch deep bats. The outside wall is the same way. I've got a little slot cut in here to see what was all back there. There again, the studs are laid flat. And this, of course, this window here will get replaced with a new one. And at some point, someone put in a new door and decided that they didn't buy the right one, so trimmed it way in. So we're going to put a little bit better door in here too. And of course, this will all get rewired. So, and the toilet will be replaced, but for right now, we're going to keep it for use. Necessary thing right there. Kitchen here, we're going to retain these cabinets back in the corner. with the glass, or at least, the very least, we're going to retain the doors. The granddaughter likes those. We'd like to be able to use them again. If we do end up taking those down, I can always make new cabinets and use those doors. She does like the looks of them. These cabinets over here, which are, I don't know why they're so short, but those are all going to get tore out. That'll all be replaced with new cabinetry. Whether or not I build them or buy them is more of a time thing. Sink will be replaced. All of the cabinets here will be replaced. And yesterday we spent some time trying to get storm windows fit. So we have some windows that are missing glass, and then we have some glass that don't fit any windows. So not sure what's up with that. And of course these windows over here are going to be replaced. Well, all the windows in the house will be replaced. And the mystery door here that is 6'5" and 31 inches wide on the inside. Then on the outside is a full-size 32-inch door, storm door that's 6'8". So that'll all get changed and fixed. And of course this will all get rewired. Well, we were wondering a little bit about in here, and it's going to take some further investigation over here above the refrigerator, is there's been some water damage and the plaster is soft. And I know it's this plaster lath on this ceiling. We may end up having to take all this down and re-rock the ceiling. At the same time insulate it, because this here doesn't have any access either from the attic. So I know there's no insulation up there. Trying to make this as energy efficient as possible. Yeah, the stove's going away too. They have a new one. Well, let's give you a little bit of an overview of the demolition we have to do today. It's going to be a dusty, dirty mess, but that's all part of renovating a house. A little bit of an update on how the demolition is going and what we're finding. In the kitchen here, we got the wall cabinets down and found all kinds of mouse droppings on top of them, which means some mice were living there. And getting the cabinets down was fun because they were going to make sure they didn't come down. There are the screws they were held up with, and there was 4 to 6 of them in every cabinet. So whoever did that wanted to make sure they didn't come down. We got some stuff to deal with here because somebody put 3/8 plywood over the lath and plaster, I should say. So we may end up stripping that wall down to the studs and re-sheetrocking. Haven't started on the base cabinets yet. Was just started to look at disconnecting the plumbing. Got under the sink here, and here's something unique. If you know anything about plumbing, we have an S-trap going into a drum trap. That's not really right. But we'll fix that when we redo this wall and redo the cabinets. Probably end up with the drain back in the wall and the water in the wall, since I'll have access to it. If we open that up, the old bathroom door, and going in here into the bathroom. This is still a work in progress because we haven't got the whole ceiling stripped yet. This little bitty tile, we got these little chiclets everywhere, as I call them, little tiny tiles, and we're filling up buckets with it as we go. You can see here that the 2x4s in their full size 2x4 are framed flat. And they must not have had all of them long enough, because we got stud splices there, and there, and there. That's just a few of them. We found some other ones around. And here we're actually missing part of one. And over here we got the old bath fan. Of course, that'll get changed. And what became strange here was, you see this wall has the 2x4s laid flat. And then what you see, the boards there are the outside sheeting. Over here where the window is, they're framed the other way. But if you go outside, that does not stick out. So I haven't quite figured out what exactly is going on with that part. And there's the back side of the kitchen wall, and so we may end up stripping that kitchen right down to the studs. Of course, the weather isn't very nice outside, so I can't really haul all this stuff out. So we got a big pile of scrap here in the kitchen. It's getting actually kind of hard to move around, so got to get rid of some of that. Going over here into what's going to be the laundry room, or what was the laundry room. Originally this was a back porch. And I guess when they framed this wall, they didn't actually have any 2x4s. So let's see what's laying around the yard we can use for studs. So we got parts of windows and parts of screen doors
and different things kind of cobbled together there. So I'm really wondering what exactly I'm going to find when I take the window out, if there's even a header in here. So that was kind of bizarre. And down here on the floor, since this was a porch, it originally sloped. So what the slope you see up here is even with the floor in the dining room, but then it slopes down, and someone had did a kind of a little patch thing here, and then over where the other door enters the dining room. What I'm going to be doing is cutting some tapered sleepers and laying down, screwing those into the floor joists that are here, and then leveling this floor up so we don't have this slope. Because that's a little annoying right there in the doorway. Plus, it'd make it a little easier to get the washer and dryer in there and leveled up. And over here we have the same thing where it goes into the dining room. These tiles come up real easy. These are the, what I like to call the peel and stick for a while tiles. It's very not hard to get up. I don't necessarily need to strip this whole floor in here, but so I'm going to put the sleepers down, but I had to see what somebody had done there. And over here on this wall, this is where the windows we're going to be taking out and boarding this up and sheetrocking this wall. You can see the original sheeting there on the wall after I've taken the siding off. I've measured what the width of this is with that sheeting on, and it's exactly 5.5 inches. So it's going to be easy to close this up. I'll just stud this opening shut with 2x6s. They're 5.5. That's a little bit of an update on the demolition. A lot more to go here. This is day 3 of it, and we have a mess.